Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, as the recording of this Thursday, August 24th, 2023. I, standing here in Celebration, Florida, along Water Street. These plants have grown up considerably since the last time I even paid attention to the little stretch of foliage here along the water. I am wearing an appropriate t-shirt because it is pumpkin spice season has officially kicked off today, as of this moment, at Starbucks. And I'm pretty happy because this shirt I have not been able to fit in comfortably for a heck of a long time. So I decided to throw it on, wearing a pumpkin. I'm going to be consuming a pumpkin. I've been doing pretty decent on the weight loss. I will be having a weigh-in in a few series of days, 3-4 days from now, before heading out of the state at the end of the month. I will do that right before I depart out of town in a few days. And I'm going to celebrate today by having a pumpkin spice latte. I'm not sure how many calories are in that. Probably don't want to know, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to head down Market Street, go to Starbucks, and I also have another announcement. I have sold my Disney stock. It's gone. I did it about 4 or 5 days ago. Did it before it completely crashed today. It went down $3 or $4 more. Thankfully, I sold it before then. Didn't make any money on when I bought it a year ago, 9 months ago, 10 months ago. But I didn't take much of a loss. In fact, a very teeny tiny loss. Really pretty much hardly any loss. Just enough to where it wasn't that big of an issue. I think I bought in at 87 and I sold at 86.5, something like that. So a 50-cent per share loss. Nonetheless, I'll talk about a little bit more of that, my thoughts on Disney, going to Disney, being a DVC member, and getting out of the stock game. I think I'm bailing at the right time. Nonetheless, pumpkin spice is about to happen. It's a long intro. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? I am pretty excited in a few days to see how much I've lost. Might not be what I wanted to lose, but I've been doing it the healthy way. Hitting the gym every day. If you want to follow my Instagram stories, I've been going to the gym for way over 40 days. I almost at 50 days in a row of not breaking the gym habit. Just going into the gym every day has become a nice, good habit in my life. And after the 50 days is over, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep it going and come up with a new goal. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel really good. I probably feel the best I've felt in a long time is just as far as feeling healthy. But yeah, my Instagram is Adam the Woo, ATW. That's Adam the Woo, followed by an ATW. All, no spaces, nothing like that. And you can kind of follow along with me on there, and I post daily stories whenever I am in the gym. I figure if I'm making daily videos, why not do another daily habit and get a little bit healthy by going to the gym? Now, this is where it's at now. Not that it affects me in any way, shape, or form because I am no longer invested, but it's at 82.47. It dropped down 3.6% today, $3.16 per share. Now, I ended up getting, well, actually yesterday it officially went through, the trade confirmation went through, but I sold it a few days ago. It takes a few days for it to completely to completely be confirmed and then drop in to your bank account and all that. So I think I pulled, yeah, as stated, I think I pulled out probably at the right time. I had high hopes, but I really have kind of reevaluated after Chapek left. I really had some hopes in Bob Iger turning the company around. Now, I know he can't turn it around so quickly, but I just don't feel like it's going to turn it around for a while. And I know not only just one person can a company make, but yeah, I don't know. Got it. Now I went with a low-fat milk and no cream on the top and only one pump. So I said, just don't put as much as you would put in the usual one. Maybe like a little lower on the calorie. Now this is not definitely like a low-calorie drink by any means, but lower than what the normal one would be. I've seen the photos where it has like all the cream on top. No cream on this one, and just one pump of the of the pumpkin. It's officially Halloween season when these come out. And I believe they went a little low on the sugar also, which is a good thing. Ooh, that's warm. It is pretty dang tasty. Don't know. Oh, hello, squirrel. Up here hiding in my shadow, squirrel. There you go. Yeah, you know what? It's pretty good. I would imagine if I would have got the whipped cream on it, and it would have been the proper amount of pumpage and sugar. This is good. I'm not gonna say it's great, but I would get this again. I think the cold might sell more than the pumpkin spice latte. Might be sold more as a cold beverage than a hot one. I'm a hot coffee kind of guy. So basically that's it. I went in pretty intensely on Disney stock a while back. In fact, a couple years ago, bought a bunch when there was a dip. The price went up exponentially. I sold it, made a little chunk of change, and utilized that to buy some DVC points, which is part of the reason a percentage of my points for being a DVC member came from the profit I made off of Disney stock. I thought I could do that again this year. Went down, dipped down to about 87. Said, oh, it's never gonna go any lower than this. Bought it. Chapek was ousted. Iger came in. Stock went up through the roof. It went to like 110. I thought, oh man, this is on its way to 200. Should have sold it at 110. I didn't want to sell it when it hit 110, even though I bought it at 87, because when it comes to taxes, you have to pay more taxes on a short-term sale versus long-term. So you want to leave it in at least a year. But because what I just sold was around about the same price, I didn't make a profit on it, kind of broke even, I'm not going to have to pay the same taxes I would if I would have made a big profit. Now granted, when you're making a profit, the taxes you're paying still are not going to be as dramatic as the profit that you made, but that was the reason I did not sell it at 110. I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait till at least 12 months is up, then I can have the lower tax fee the following year. So as far as I can tell, will not have to pay any taxes because I didn't make on the profit that I made, because I didn't make any profit. I broke even on it. So I'm kind of back to square one again, but it feels pretty good to have that money in my bank account, in the savings account, and can go forward from here what I want to do as far as investing goes. Now rest assured, I still will be a DVC member. In fact, I might at some point buy more DVC points. I just love the Disney Vacation Club. I love the theme parks. I love that whole experience. I'll always be a pass holder, most likely be a pass holder on both coasts, traveling, going to the parks. That's not going to change. But I feel outside of that, from a financial, profitable standpoint, I don't think the company right now is at a point where it's going to be profitable for a long time. I feel like my money could be put to better use elsewhere. And especially with it dropping, yeah, I just don't want to take a chance on it just kind of going out the other end. Now granted, because I didn't really lose anything, the amount I lost is just so minimal that if it continues to drop and it goes, let's say it goes down to 50 or 40, and then I start to see it going back up a little bit, I might buy some more. You know, if it gets to 50 and then it goes to 55 and it's like, oh yeah, everything's getting turned around. Not saying I won't, but right now, this is probably the most disappointed I've been as far as the company goes in a while. So I feel like the money could be spent or be put elsewhere. Again, just from a financial investment standpoint, just sometimes you get those feelings where you think, yeah, you have to go with your gut instinct on things. But I feel safer having what, you know, cutting ties with all that. I feel safer just having that in my own possession. And every day lately, I've just been checking to see if the stock's going. It's going down. It's going down. It's going up just a little bit. Oh, what's going on? It's just too much stress. If I know it's just stable in one spot without it going up and down dramatically, I don't stress as much. So that's kind of my philosophy right now. in a very non-eloquent way of saying it. It's amazing how fast time goes. This is totally off subject. I was at the gym today. I was listening to a band called Pennywise, punk band, that I used to listen to a lot in the 90s, and I still listen to them a lot. Obviously, you want something that's a little more fast-paced or aggressive when you're at the gym, because when you're lifting weights and doing that kind of stuff, you want to have that energy. You want to have that energy kick. So yeah, I realized that Unknown Road from Pennywise is celebrating the 30th anniversary. What in the name of heck? 30 years ago. Oh my gosh, where does the time go? I'm gonna sit right here on this bench. And then I look back at stuff from like 2000, I'll be like, look at stuff online. It's like, oh, that was like last year. No, it was 2019. It was 2020, it was 2018. In fact, I am wearing this shirt right here that says, this is when Disneyland was not open in 2020. This was one of the rare occasions that everyone got super hyped, including myself, to go to downtown Disney and go wait in a line very distance out, 6 feet in front of everyone, for a lengthy period of time to look at merchandise. Couldn't go on a ride, couldn't eat a snack, couldn't do any of that kind of stuff, but you could buy the specialty. This is the 2020 Disneyland merch when California Disneyland was not open. There was no theme park accessible, only merch. So I got that. And this just feels like last year. What the heck? It was 3 years. No, it was 3 years ago. 3 years, because 23. Next year will be 24. 3 years ago. This is like a collectible item right now or something. I used to always sit at the orange circle at a bench, and I have a little like sit and talks. Yeah, so it says celebration carved right there. Okay, this is actually getting a little bit better the farther down it goes. I kind of wish it had like the frothiness on there, just for like appearance's sake. Look at this shirt here. But probably don't need those wasted. I have been counting calories. I'll have a couple cheat days here and there. Now I started the Thin by Dragon Con. I don't know if I'm going to be as thin as I thought I was going to be, because in the past I have lost exorbitant amount of weight in the past years ago. Every year or two I'll do this wacky thing where I go on a diet, but this is the first time where I have actually been eating. Because sometimes I'll go on these fasts where I go a few days where I don't eat. It's not healthy. I'm not working out. I'm basically just, depriving myself from eating, and I lose the weight, but I gain it back really quickly. So I'm hoping this time, when I get on the scale in a few days, I don't think I'm going to be at the point where I am weighing what I thought I was going to weigh. However, because, well, for a few different reasons, because I have been eating, but I have been dropping a lot. I'm starting to lose my tummy a little bit, and I'm seeing it in my face. I'm seeing it up here in the chest section, but I'm also working out. Even though I do a lot of cardio, I'm doing, curls, chest, each day at the gym. I'll alternate back and forth. So I am building muscle, which some had said, I don't know if there's any truth to this, but some have said that actually makes you gain weight. Time will tell in a few days when I weigh myself. When I weigh myself, I'll know, but I don't think I'm gonna be down to completely skinny by the time the Thin by Dragon Con challenge ends, but I'm pretty content with myself. Stay tuned. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep going. Now I'm curious to see if I can go till New Year's. What if I start off 2024 on a good foot, on a good note, a good footnote, a good foot or a good note, a good foot note. Boy, that's starting to come back up. I'm starting to feel it here. So what if I just go past the 50 days and don't stop? I have created the habit and just keep going. I mean, when I travel, I'm always staying in hotels that have gyms. And if not, I could just go to like a Planet Fitness or something in town. I could keep the treadmill up, feeling good, have a lot more energy, losing weight, getting fit. What's to say, got 4 months till the end of the year. That's like, I could be a completely different person than I was in the beginning of this year. My problem is that every time I've done one of these crash diets, which I'm not saying this is a crash diet because I'm handling it a little bit differently, is I gain it all back because once I start eating, then I'm like, you know what, I did my time on the treadmill. I'm not doing that anymore. But now I actually enjoy doing it because I have this streak going. It's really just kind of time management. You know, you devote yourself, give an hour to go into the gym. Also, I need a haircut, I know. May or may not be getting a haircut in the next couple of days. Probably before I leave town, I will be getting a haircut. It's getting a little frizzy right there, getting a little lengthy. It's hot. Also shaved today. Now watch, my luck tomorrow, or let's say in a few days, 3 or 4 days from now, Disney stock is gonna spike to like $300 a share. I'm gonna go. Sad trombone moment. I always remember back here there was a hurricane and all this flooded out and the water level was to right here. So you got the lake over here, which was up a little bit, but then you also had a water level from the swamps over here up here. And I walked right up there and there was a gator right by my foot. I was like, holy cow, there's a gator right by my foot. But I'm kind of like, well, you kind of think about it. So made a little profit on the last sale a couple of years ago from the stock. This one I didn't lose anything. So it's almost like, I don't know if I'm set up for like the gambling life. Like it's almost like when I go to Vegas, there's been times I've played the slots, but I don't even really gamble at Vegas anymore. And I kind of wonder if I should even be doing the stock market at all. So I don't know, maybe I just won't do it anymore. And I'll find other investments that aren't so risky and not so stressful. I'm kind of looking at it, like let's say you're playing some slots, you put $100, you put $10 in. You win $100, you cash it out, oh, $100. You go back, you have that $10, it gets up to $30. And then it goes back down to 20, then it goes up to 50, then it goes down to 20, back to 10. You haven't lost anything. So you just pull it out. That's kind of what I'm looking at now. That's kind of the thought process I'm going with. All right, that's enough of me trying to explain it. Not making a whole lot of sense. Maybe I am. Please do not feed the wildlife. Please keep the area clean. Fountains on over there. I really love living in Celebration. I'm always tempted to move somewhere else, always. I travel, I go somewhere, I'm like, oh, this would be a great place to live. I'm always looking up houses, I'm always looking up apartments, I'm always looking up condos. I'm never satisfied being in one place, even though I'm rarely ever here. In reality, I probably should stay here for a while. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. I'm just all over the place. I buy stock, I sell stock. I say I'm never gonna do it again, then I buy more stock, then I sell the stock. I say I'm not gonna do something, then I turn around and do something. I don't know. I suppose I just wouldn't be myself if I was any other way. That's just me. I'm really surprised that these shades have lasted as long. These have lasted a while. They're all bent, they're crooked, they're not working correctly. They're just barely on. But I just can't seem to break them or lose them. Yeah, not a whole heck of a lot happened in this episode, but I wanted to get the news out there because I did publicize heavily that I had bought stock and it went up and now it's going down, and I'm sure people were wondering like, oh dang, Adam's gonna lose his tail. Well, I didn't, but I am not. Yeah, I just pretty much broke even. I lost a little bit. Like I said, I lost about probably 50 cents a share, but I can live with that just to kind of cut it clean. So I tried the coffee. I tried the less sugary version of the pumpkin spice latte. It was pretty good. And I walked around the lake. I'm gonna be leaving town at the end of the month. Keep telling myself I should probably take a day off, 1 or 2 days off, to just get some things done, recoup, get my mind together, because once I leave, I am gonna be gone for like at least 7 weeks before coming back to Celebration. So if I was gonna take a day off, now would be the time to do it, because I do not like taking time off on the road, ever. If I'm on the road and I'm traveling, I don't want to ever miss a day. I can't even tell you the last time I missed a day. I got a real problem. A lot of chlorine in that right now. I can smell the chlorine. Very chlorinated. I mean, it always has chlorine in it, but now it's like overly chlorinated. They're really getting the chlorine flowing. It has been nice being around for the last few days though. I was gone for 5.5 weeks and I was back a week, then I was gone for 3.5 weeks and I was back, and now I'm back. till the end of this month. No sign of cool though. Sometimes cool will be out in full force and other times, no cool. Probably getting a pumpkin spice latte over there now that I think about it. Frightening the baristas. I don't know, they might like gators. And that's gonna do it for today. From Celebration, first Water Street, then Market Street, then Starbucks for a pumpkin spice latte, then walking around Lake Ryanhard, now ending at Savannah Square. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is, wow, 2 fountains in 1 video. Over.